Welcome back to On Texas Football. I'm Jeff Howe, joined by Gerry Hamilton. The final in Columbus, Ohio State 14, Texas 7. Gerry, your initial off-the-cuff thoughts. Game one in the books, not the way any of us thought it would go for Texas.
No, I mean, look, I would say it's a bad loss. I hate to say bad loss because Ohio State's a really good team. It's a tough place to play, but bad loss from an execution standpoint for the Texas offense. And Texas defense played really well. I mean, this defense is a playoff level defense for the Longhorns. But offensively, this was just a all around, except with the exception of the run game. Texas ran the ball really well, but conservative play call. I mean, we didn't really see anything easy for Arch Manning till almost the fourth quarter. A couple of horizontal passes before that, but first tight end screen in the fourth quarter. I mean, so there was game plan was conservative, Jeff. When Arch had open guys, he missed them. Were Texas receivers struggling to get open at times? Well, Ohio State's got NFL players too. So, yeah, you're not going to be open all the time in those situations. But I thought Texas showed the ability to run the football this year. Now, what's got to come with that is the rest of it. Arch has got to play a lot better. He missed the easy throws today. I mean, he made two tremendous throws in the fourth quarter. Parker Livingston touchdown and Jack Injuries on the left sideline there, but split the safety in the coverage man. But he missed too many easy throws. The red zone in the fourth quarter on the shallow crossers. It missed one of the injuries in the right flat on that last drive, which would have been a first down. He missed a lot of those easy throws that a quarterback absolutely has to make. Arch will play better, but he's going to have to play a lot better as this season moves along because you just can't miss those throws and play at a really high level and be a team that can compete for a title. Defense, I thought they played well. I thought the offensive line played pretty well. A couple of pre-snaps, but you're playing in a tough environment. But they ran the football well. C.J. Baxter ran it well. Trey Wisner ran it well. Texas got a lot out of their rushing game. This is going to be a tough plane ride home, Jeff, because when you outgain Ohio State by 120, 130 yards in their house and lose 14-7, that's a tough loss. But again, 0 for 2 in the red zone. It's going to be talked about once again. That's a tough plane ride home when you go on the road against a top 5 ranked team, outgain them by 120 yards, hold them to just over 200 yards, and lose a football game.
Gerry, it's the same stuff that I know I talked about leading up to the game, the stuff Texas had to clean up from last year where they weren't good in these big games. The turnover battle, penalties, and red zone. They lost all three of those in a landslide. I think, Gerry, what it boils down to me, other than the passing game issues, just how undisciplined Texas was. You had the Colin Simmons hand to the face penalty that would have gotten you off the field. That extended an Ohio State touchdown drive.
LaFowl had one that would have been a safety, Jeff.
That was a massive one, too. Pre-snap penalties on offense, Gerry. If there's anything that really disappoints me from this game, it's just how sloppy Texas was. In areas where they didn't need to be sloppy, they needed to clean it up from last year and didn't.
Yeah, I totally agree. And look, the Arch was, let's call it sloppy because of the easy throws he missed. And that magnifies everything. And Jeff, you talked about it, is coming in or out of this game, one way or the other, it was going to be Arch Manning is really good or Arch Manning, he's terrible. And you know how the social media is going to be. And he's not. He didn't play well today. He's got to play a lot better. But in a game like this, those things are really, truly magnified. Mm-hmm. And you cannot miss that many easy throws, right? And when you get 2 trips in the red zone and you go 0 for 2 in what you knew was going to be a lower scoring, it was even more lower scoring than I thought it would be. Those things just can't happen. And so defensively, the 2 hands to the face, both those were huge penalties. I mean, and it kept a Ohio State drive alive for the first touchdown, and the LaFowl one would have been a safety when Texas needed it most after getting stoned on the goal line. So it was a sloppy game. CJ, got you in here now. Just your general takeaways from the game today.
Ugly. It was ugly in all regards. You know, you have an offense that doesn't move the ball very well. You have opportunities in the red zone to put points on the board, and you don't. Penalties defensively, put points on the board for Ohio State, extend drives. First game, I think, is a place where you figure out a lot of kinks. Texas certainly would have benefited from having a game before this, as would have Ohio State. Is it time to panic? Probably not, but there's plenty to clean up over the next 3 before seeing Florida.
All right, CJ, thanks for dropping in. I know it's hectic.
We got to ask him one more question, though.
Go ahead, Gerry.
Because you had the Michigan experience last year. You had the Ohio State experience. What was that fan experience with being at an Ohio State game in that environment?
Yeah, look, it got pretty quiet in the middle of the second quarter. You know, there wasn't much going on, especially, you know, with only 7 points at halftime. I think a lot of folks are sitting there wondering, well, 2 big-time teams, a lot of talent on both. Where are the points? And, man, I tell you, after the fourth down stop on the goal line, followed by the interception, everything switched, and it became a raucous madhouse down here in the shoe.
Hey, so, CJ, last question for you before you got to go. Which was the most surprising thing to you from being in the stadium today? Was it Arch missing the easy throws that quarterbacks have to make? Was it the fact that Texas gets on a plane having outgained Ohio State by 120 yards and lost? Or was it 0 for 2 in the red zone today? What was the most surprising to you?
0 for 2 in the red zone was not surprising. You know, that's
Right.
just kind of who this team is. It's kind of who this program is. I think it's fair to say that at this point. But it was Arch missing the easy throws. I mean, accuracy is kind of his thing, right? We know the arm talent. It's supposed to be there. But he got flat-footed too often for my liking, and that has to be coached out of him. It cannot be a recurring theme this season if Texas wants that success.
All right, CJ, thanks for joining us from field level in Columbus. Be safe coming back. And, again, thank you for all the hard work for On Texas Football on the ground in Columbus. Gerry, as we start to wrap this thing up, Texas is going to move on. They're going to try to fix the mistakes, move on to San Jose State. They've got 3 non-con games and a bye week before SEC play starts against Florida. Gerry, what's the biggest thing they've got to get right before SEC play starts based on this game?
This one's simple. It's Arch has to make the easy throws. Because, look, they're going to blow these next 3 opponents out. I mean, just look at how bad they've been in their preseason, their first couple of games of the year, Sam Houston State and San Jose State. And it hasn't been pretty for them. Texas is going to blow them out. It's going to look great. There's going to be deep balls. There's going to be big plays. There's going to be big runs. You're probably going to score 50 points in a game or 2, even though it doesn't feel like it right now. It's just a have and have-nots of college football. But what I'm looking for is, are the easy throws made? Because the reality is, for Arch and this Texas offense to be an efficient offense and operate at a high level on the road at Florida and on the road at Georgia, you cannot have you can't what happened today, we can't see offensively. You have to be more accurate on the throws, the easy throws, the wide open throws. If not, you're going to stall drive. You're going to be Sark's going to be forced with fourth and decisions in the red zone. Texas is going to pound the ball. They're going to score it the next 3 weeks. It's going to look good. But again, this team will not be judged fully again until they make the trip to Gainesville. Then it's going to be like, all right, where's the offense now? Because the last quality opponent Texas played, it was ugly offensively. That's what I'm looking for. Texas has a playoff defense. They may have a championship level defense. We'll see as the season moves along. Yeah, they didn't have the pressure in sacks today, but Ohio State was not in 3rd and long very often in this game. That's a piece of this as well. And Ohio State has really good players, probably as good of players as Texas goes up against this year. But where is this Texas offense going to be? Come Florida and then Oklahoma, because those 2 games will, with one loss in the books, for Texas, the margin for error is gone. So if you say these games remaining at Florida, Oklahoma, at Georgia, and even A&M at the end. Now, I know there's other games in between, but those 4 games, Texas now has to win 3 of them to make the playoffs.
Absolutely. All right, Gerry, thank you for the knowledge and expertise. As always, again, thank you to CJ Vogel for being our boots on the ground in Columbus covering this game. Thank you to Matthew behind the scenes for producing it. Thank you to the entire On Texas Football staff. Go over to ontexasfootball.com. If you're not a member over there, sign up using the promo code OTFOG. That'll get you 1 year of access at ontexasfootball.com for $39.95. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe it. That way, every week during the regular season, before, during, and after the game, whether it's here on the channel or on the site, you've got everything, up-to-the-minute information on the Longhorns as they proceed in the regular season. Again, the final from Columbus, Ohio State 14, Texas 7. We'll be back with more content and more thoughts and opinions and analysis to see how the Longhorns rebound from this loss. For Gerry, for Matthew, for the entire On Texas Football staff, I'm Jeff Howe. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And until next time, welcome.